and handle business. I got it down.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the New Orleans Saints. Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This defense for the Broncos, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Ready.
Here's Kamara trying to run for him. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That'll go as a pickup of 8. The Saints at 4-11 on the year. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Baron Browning buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Ready?
Now Love. And this is incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and it's 3rd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got him in, complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Right. Claws red. Blue striking.
Going back to Love. Pressure comes and down he goes. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. Now make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 20-yard line. 3rd and 19, no problem as they're able to convert.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Love. Complete to Olave on the out route. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Again, it's Love. Got an open man. It's Olave. And the Saints are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. It's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
After the interception, here's Wilson. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. Past the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Cortland Sutton, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Broncos use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete.
And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
Ready?
Working out of the gun. Love. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football.
Well, they're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 30 on second down, Wilson. He'll drop this down to Williams. And some room to roam now. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. First and 10. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback. Partner, it's not often that I expect running backs to eclipse 100 yards in back-to-back games, but he left 100 way behind last week. I think he's going to do it again. I'm expecting 150 or more.
And last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so if he does what you say he might, maybe he'll get another one.
Yeah, I think he's locked in.
A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Wilson. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they have the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Red, cycle. Red, yellow. Red.
Here's Love. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 10-0 the score after 1. The Saints on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Trying the left side with Kamara. And I don't think Kamara got there. Looks like they stopped him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Yes, it's the first half, but we'll see if that stuff there on 3rd and 1 comes back to haunt him.
I hope you don't mind, but it's not going to stop me from putting a check mark next to this play. Let's look back as this game progresses and see if this is one of the key plays in the game, even though it occurred early.
And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. As we grind toward the end of the season here. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Michael Ojemudia. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. I'm not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you throw this many.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football. Because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Kamara off the draw. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
On 3rd down, Love. This one taken in by Olave. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play that time on a catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
I do think that sometimes on 3rd and long, many defenders just get caught watching the sticks instead of watching the ball. And the guy who's got it, because here, they just got the ball into the receiver's hands and told him to do it yourself, a little bit of a desperation play. And he was able to take the short throw and turn it into a big gain and a conversion on 3rd down.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Kamara is in. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Well, you normally talk about the mobility and the accuracy first, but the arm strength, that's what can turn Russ into danger Russ.
And we often talk about hang time for punts, but in this case, we should probably calculate the hang time on that throw, because that one hung up there for a long time. and managed to keep going and going until it found its target.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And they are able to add on to their advantage. McManus's point after is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
To try again after the sack. Love. And that one complete downfield to Johnson. And he'll be out right at the 35. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Down.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Ready, set. Ready.
They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge, their D-line surge leading to 4th. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. And you know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. He'll get that complete to Alberto. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Able to hit on a big play right there in the 2-minute drill. Now they've got a chance to use all the remaining clock and build on their lead right before halftime.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action with Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd and 9, Love. The pass caught by Olave. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to it before either guy in double coverage could react.
Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And take it right at the 35. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone. And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out. Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete. It's Okuwebunam. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far. They go play action now. Wilson under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Pete Werner able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him. Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted. On the move past the 40. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line. 25 yards there on the catch and run. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much? Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there,
He just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
On first down, Wilson. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. The Saints say they have it, and they do.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their pattern.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
We're going to get another look at this one. Dennis Allen not happy, so he has thrown the challenge flag. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
On second and goal, standing alone in the backfield is Williams. They'll give it to him again. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Russell Wilson. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Broncos are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 23.
Brendan McManus, the kickoff for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Okay, ready?
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
On 2nd and 11 now. Love. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, if they want to ride him down the stretch, he should have fresh legs.
It's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams with his 14th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now an even 30.
Makes the score Broncos 37, Saints 7. Brandon McManus to kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's go, charge.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here we go.
The Saints on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Love from the gun. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. On the move past the 40. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Love. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ready.
Desperation time here. Love on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And the Broncos will take over on downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
1st down, Bronco.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams to about the 48-yard line.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
What? 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Well, now they'll try the end around. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. On third down, a run from Breida. A beautiful fake. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
Oh, the option to give to Williams here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about